Yo, what is up guys? It is Qwarzi here, and today I want to talk to you about the new strike called the Dreadnaught. It obviously was shown from the Bungie stream, but in the last video we did talk about the first stream. So if you would like to watch that and go see that, there will be an annotation at the end of this video under previous video, so go check that out guys, as you will hopefully enjoy it. So let's talk about the strike of the Dreadnaught, should I say, of what we saw from the new strike. The first boss that we did actually end up encountering did remind me a little bit of the second to last boss on Valis strike, but like I said, I haven't played it, I haven't seen it. Just of what we saw from the stream, in my opinion, it did look a little bit like that, so we will have to wait and see when we play it, but in my opinion it did look very similar. What they did talk about during the stream was that they are actually implementing the fact that each boss will drop its own set of, say, armor gear or something like that. So hopefully that is something, you know, that to look forward to collecting, because I've always been a big fan of, you know, trying to collect all the weapons. Like, I obviously have all the weapons, all the armor, so I think that's a great idea for people who do like collecting things like that. And like they said, you know, it's for the specific bosses, it will drop specific stuff. So I think that's a great idea, and I'm looking forward to you know, to trying to collect all that stuff. Going to the strike as well, you know, we got a chance to look at the graphics and the design of the place. I can't fault them on that. I think that's amazing. I think it looks so well detailed, and it is awesome. That does look amazing. But obviously, as they were going through the stages, it seemed like there was obviously 3 stages to the strike. Whether that will be the same for every single strike, we will have to wait and see. But that might be, you know, the standard thing we see in strikes. So they're also saying that they were trying to mix up the personalities between the bosses, you know, rather than it just being, you know, one big boss with lots of health. Essentially that's what it is, but you know that you now have to. It's much more of a tactical thing. I think it's a lot more, you know, rather than every boss being the same thing and just using the one gun to take it down. Now, you know, there's different ways of taking down the bosses. So I think that's awesome. I think that'll bring a whole new element to it. It'll be fun. So I am excited for that. Obviously, as we got to the end of this strike, we came across the 2 Bond brothers. They were obviously the 2, in this circumstance, were the 2 final bosses. One of those bosses almost had like red wings on the back of him, and the way he was trying to kill was trying to sort of jump and body slam on the fire team. So I'm guessing that's how, you know, he deals his damage. We yet see, it didn't look like he did any other way of damaging people other than doing that. But how it worked is, as soon as, you know, he lost half his health, he ran back inside and loads of ads came out. They obviously had to wipe out all the ads. And then actually, funny enough, his brother came in. I'm guessing that's where it comes from, the brother. And this brother guy had like a massive cannon strapped to his back. And obviously he was firing up the bullets high in the air, and they were obviously just dropping down. So that looked interesting, you know, in different ways. So suddenly, that's when you obviously have to mix up your tactics and whatnot. So obviously, then again, once he got to half health, he then ran back inside again. Loads of ads came out. We had to take down the ads. And then, funnily enough, this is when we saw both of them come out and fight together. Now, to me, this is interesting because rather than just focusing on one boss, now you have to focus on 2 different bosses that do 2 different things, you know, different ways of killing us. So that's where I think a lot of the tactics come in. And this is where you obviously have to coordinate a lot as a team. So that looked fun. And then also, when one of them died, so for instance, we did actually in fact see the red-winged boss die. His attributes went on to the other boss. So for instance, the other boss, you know, still had his massive cannon, but then also had the wings and he was able to body slam. So I think that's a great, you know, mix up, and I think that's awesome that they've done that. You know, it's going to be interesting to see. And also he had like a massive force field that it seemed like if you, the only way you could damage him was getting inside that force field and doing damage to him. So I think that's a great new way. It's definitely a certain new boss, and I hope that, you know, other bosses in the strikes have lots of varieties like this, because I think it will make strikes a lot more fun to do again. Because obviously, you know, for me at the moment, all the bosses seem very much the same. You know, the same way you've got to kill them, the same way. So it will be good, and in my opinion, I think it could be very, very fun. It's just a question of time of how repetitive they become and so on. But obviously we cannot make our own judgments until we play it ourselves. We are in fact coming to the end of this video. In the next video we will be talking about the Court of Oryx and the public events, so go check that out, guys. I will leave an annotation in the top right under next video. There will be also obviously another annotation in the top left for previous video. That was the first stream of the Bungie streams. Like I said, guys, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe for more. Leave it a like, leave a comment, and share it if you can. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter. The links will be in the description below. And as always, guys, this has been Qwarzi. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and see you in the